Alright. Uh, we're both pretty upset. Like everybody knows that. You know why? Uh, but there is one thing I regret out of everything. I wish if I had known where it was gonna go.
Or how fast.
Yeah. Really, I restarted recording and I was expecting it just that we would be sent on our way. That's what you do this. I mean, we were ultimately sent on our way, and so I was expecting that, not to be illegally detained and stuff, But what takes away from the complaints that we have is that me swearing seems to be distracting, even to people that I've heard you talk. You're not offended by swear words, but and in America we're allowed to swear and we're allowed to swear in front of police and but um, in the jokes that were made in private between, I mean, even though I'm recording, I wasn't expecting to post it to media. I mean, in the live ones, fine. That all right. Poor decision. Okay, fine. I swear, poor decision. Should that, but it seems to be distracting everybody from the issue that we were illegally detained, sexually assaulted. The police chief, the chief of police, is covering it up. Um, I asked him to test that THC shake that the dog alerted on. They say I don't want to be in a car that the dog's gonna alert on nothing every time I get pulled over. Isn't that fair? Test it. Let me know. But if it's but there was no THC shake. They said it was in the center console. They wrote my PO or told the monitoring center that it was in my passenger floorboard. Happened to be where I was sitting. I'm the one on parole, so that's where it is. But so we are very upset. People seem to be very distracted, with the curse words and
Like you would curse too if you were groped.
yeah. If you guys, we didn't curse at a single police officer, like at or with, in front of, until we were taking out of our vehicle. We made sure they knew we didn't want to be taken out of our vehicle. Had we had the option to approach his vehicle and say, okay, do you have that information back yet? That the DMV stuff is legit, and obviously it was. We were sent on our way. We didn't have the option to go back there and ask that. No reasonable person is just gonna get out of their car and approach the cop car. And
Never.
I'm scared to death of cops. I think they're gonna shoot me one day. I do. I'm just. I don't. I don't know why. I don't like. They seem to always hold their holster, and it's.
Intimidation.
They give me the jeebies. I can't help it. And my coping mechanism is humor. And maybe not everybody gets it, but she does. And I was talking to her. You know, the reason I was videoing live is because if they do something to you and then they take your phone and it's just recording, and throw the phone away. So I guess cracking jokes and stuff you guys heard. It's bothersome. Sorry if that was what offended you, but I'd also like to say if that is what offended you, then you're part of the problem. And if that was the most offensive part of the video, then you're part of the problem because a man's penis is not supposed to be grabbed by another man and squeezed. And then I say so. So he says you'd be surprised where people hide things. Now that's one thing he's correct on. I would be very surprised to find that he has intercepted anything illegal by squeezing a man's penis. I would be dumbfounded to learn that his success rate on that. and you should never open palm her vagina. You just touched my girlfriend, dude. So
Thanks for cracking that can of worms open.
again, you know, we both have some things that we've been working through in our lives, and one of them is we don't want our genitals touched by strange people. So, you know, that's what offends me most about the video. Yeah. And hey, and if a cop runs in that place and says, "Hold your head up, motherfucker! Hold up your hands! You know, we'll shoot you, you fucker!" Come on, you know how cops have talked to me? Yes, I was upset. Everything about what they did after we handed them the paperwork was illegal. It was against our rights. I swore, man, I swore. When I went to go get the paperwork and file it, when I went to file it, you know, the chief then tells me that there's a press release. But he didn't tell me that he had some video that he was going to release. Or, I mean, I'm the one with the issue, right? You'd think he would have told me, but he didn't, which is fine. But then he says he didn't show the dog part. Okay, that's one of our complaints. One, that we had to wait for a dog, which is illegal, and two, why are they hiding what the dog did?
Because the dog didn't do anything.
And even if it did, it was illegal. I mean, and even if there is some imaginary pixie dust THC shake on happens to teleport from the center console to the passenger floorboard, even if that does exist, the dog should have never had a chance to smell for it because we should have been on our way. We were illegally detained. So, yeah. And then when I learned that he wasn't going, that his news release addressed absolutely zero of our concerns. He took the video that showed the least, you can see the least on the video of him pat searching us, molesting us, groping us, pat searching, and whatever you call it, whatever he calls it. I don't know where he learned that move. I don't. I stand behind all that. I'm not sorry. I want an apology. I want an apology. I'm allowed to swear in America, and I had the right, I had to say an apology that just tore me to pieces, man.
To apologize and to associate apologizing with being molested, like, that's ridiculous.
Can you imagine that?
Can you imagine telling your kids, like, oh, you have to apologize to that person that just molested you?
Yeah. Well, you don't know what's been going on since that happened to us. You don't have any idea. Because if your complaint is us cursing or the jokes I made to keep us calm before we were talking to the police, I mean, if that's the comment, man, if that's the commentary, you know, like if that's what was really the most pronounced thing that you've seen, then man, you might want to learn a thing or two about empathy, sympathy, things like that. But anyway, I don't want anything to take away from the issue that we're pressing. So, issues that we're pressing. Whoever says I sounded drunk, I'm sorry, I got this S problem with suffering succotash. I'm still sober. Come on, man. You know, you guys are pretty offensive too. So, yeah. Right now, we just gotta go ahead to the people that know what rights the police have and don't, and what they should have done and didn't, and that sort of stuff. And, you know, public opinion, that doesn't seem to be the place. There's a lot of uneducated comments. A lot of uneducated comments, you know. References to 20 years ago in my history. I mean, references of
Nothing to do with why we got pulled over.
absolutely nothing to do with that night. But You know, I did call the police a scumbag, and that was after I learned that he was involved in the cover-up. I don't, you know, but we're gonna talk some lawyers and stuff. Meet with him tomorrow. What tonight? What day? What time is it? Today we slept weird.
Maybe 3 hours.
Yeah. How are those student seizure things to watch? Nice, huh? And I wake up looking terrified and scared because I just getting pulled out of. I'm not gonna describe those to you, the dream and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, there's that. I can't respond to people anymore. It's been said. I'm like copying and pasting now. That's it. I can't keep doing this. It's driving me off the wall. I need a lawyer to take care of it for me. And all the videos are on YouTube and
Facebook.
Well, I'm hoping and take up. Some people could help me. They're $20 to get the body cam footage. It's 3 officers. I need $60, eh? I don't have that to spare, right now. So I have to just sit and wait and listen to people. And the footage they released for the press, just, that did way, way more harm than good for them, I would think.
Yeah.
I mean, why the omissions?
Like, why would you lie if your job, like when I asked if your job is to serve and protect, why would you lie about it?
Yeah.
I don't feel safe anymore with the cops. If I have problems, I won't call you.
No. Actually, I requested, look, please don't send an officer to talk to us because it seemed to be very handsy, I mean, look, after he squeezed my penis and I said something about it, he puts a finger down the crack of my butt cheeks through my underwear, underneath my underwear. Defend that. Yeah, it's what I get to think about and dream about, be scared of. And, man, I don't really believe it's changing any minds. But we're going with it.